Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another art video. I'm going to be finishing Ammo today and doing some little actual drawing. I have this... Oh, wait, this is the wrong Sharpie. Thought I had the right Sharpie for my... I guess I won't be using Sharpie. Whatever. But I'm going to be finishing Ammo today. And making the paper all look nice and add a lot of bits here and there just to fully complete his page. I think what I'm going to do for drawing now is, if I'm drawing a character, I'm just going to fill the whole page and make it look really nice. Last video, I didn't have enough energy, and I felt it was pretty, I don't know, just, I guess because it was because I had to record it twice as well. But now, I got a lot more energy, and I'm ready to do some drawing. So I'm just gonna get straight into it. Also, I think in this video, I have to talk more about the actual character, because I didn't do that in the last video. I technically did it in my first video, but you know, I'm gonna be playing some Yoshi's Crafted World OST. This was recommended to me by someone close to me, and they said it was pretty dog crap. So it's gonna be funny to listen to this and try not to rip my own ears out, but we'll see how it goes. So let's just get into it. There's 21 songs, so I'm just gonna play this. Oof. All right, and I'm gonna start drawing Ammo without losing my sanity. This is got like a challenge, so I guess we will just see how it goes. Now I'm gonna try to explain Ammo. Wow, this is not a good start, isn't it? Shit, he was not kidding. Oh my god, I actually can't. I just pressed play, bro. Alright, but wow, I actually can't focus. Ammo. Obviously, I said he's a demon, and he was just very inspired by Hasbin Hotel at the time, which is why I kind of just dumped him into the world that we made, with no lore or anything. But then I slowly made more lore around him. So, it was alright, but again, just dumping him into the world was kind of random, out of the blue, and so I just had to make lore out of nowhere, you know. Let me erase this. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of ads playing on this too, isn't there? Jesus Christ. God, this OST is trash. It's actually hard to focus. But yeah, I dumped him into the world, and he just had his own corporation called Hell House. Yeah, I obviously know what that's inspired by. But I am drastically making changes, even though I haven't drawn at all in like a whole year. But now that I'm starting to pick it up again with these art videos, I drastically changed his introduction in my mind, and hopefully change it in the future when we start doing our comics again. So previously, Ammo was just this demon that was just like very tame, and he would just interact with my brother's characters, and he was just this cozy demon with a sweatshirt. And like I said, you already know it was inspired by, so but it was very boring, just having a character like that. So now in this newer version, I want to introduce him to Doomsday, which is Gavin's character in the Doomsday Corporation. I want to introduce him into the world of 3, which is that planet I was talking about, in a really cool way. Not just a shitty, hi, I'm a demon, but a really interesting way. I think the way I want to go about doing it is where Doomsday opens a rift to hell and heaven, so that, you know, the world of... Wow, this is horrible. This music. So that they can introduce more creatures onto their spectacular continent of Both. Since Doomsday is the biggest corporation, you know, he wants to be the first to make changes. and he successfully opens it or whatever. Again, I don't know how any of this is gonna go. We'll have to figure this out. But so I just want to have Amo be introduced differently, where he is introduced to Doomsday in a more scary way instead of just like appearing out of nowhere. So like an example or just like a thought was gonna be like, oh, you know, Doomsday opens the rifts to hell and heaven, and I want hell to be this like, since it's an alternate dimension where you're not supposed to be a living human there. It's gonna be like this weird fourth dimensional hellscape where you can perceive every worst thing imaginable in front of your eyes all at once. So it's like this actual like mind twisting nightmare that hell is. That's my perception of hell. But the demons that are in hell, they don't perceive it as that. Only humans. So when Doomsday first opens hell, that's what he's gonna witness. Eventually, Amo's gonna come up, meet him, and it's gonna be actually a scarier moment instead of just like, "Hi, I'm a demon guy, and I'm evil, haha." It's just gonna be like a lot of interesting dialogue and stuff like that, and then I'll have Amo be introduced into the real world, where he'll want to make his own franchise due to Doomsday's success. And there'll be cool comics about that. But again, I just have to figure all this out. But I want to introduce him in a more scarier way instead of just being like, pop, I'm there. So all these ads are gonna bring me really annoying. But yeah, that's my idea. But also, I want to talk more about Amo as a character. So previously, like I said, Amo was this fluffy demon guy that I made. His character was that what he looked like was basically very simple. I actually drew him somewhere. Gotta find it. He was very, very, very simple. Okay, I don't know where the hell I put it, to be honest. But yeah, it was just very, because I drew him so many times, it became like muscle memory to draw him. So, I would draw his horn, which is broken. Then I would draw his hair, which is like very basic, curly hair or spiky hair. And then I would draw the rest of his head and whatnot. It was very simple because I had to draw him as like the circle characters, as I was talking in my previous video. And so we just had to do that like hundreds of times, and it became very easy to draw him, and also very sloppy to draw him because we never really did too good with our art in the comics. We just kind of rushed it. But yeah, he was just like this freaking lo-fi demon guy that was very boring and just have a lot of just dumb skits. I think it was I don't know, it was weird. I just didn't like, I liked him as a character then, but obviously now it's like, whoa, that's fucking cringe. This is why I make him a lot cooler now. But more actually about him, it's hard to explain what he was like past that because he was very boring. But he actually did have a lot of lore when I first created him because, like I said, I made him go through stuff as I put him on the world instead of introducing him in a cooler way. So he actually did go through a war between hell and heaven that's going to happen, or that happened in our comics. That was really cool. So he was a soldier at one point that went through a lot of struggles. And then at another point, he actually figures out his past, and how he killed the reason why he's in hell is because he killed his mother, which he doesn't remember. And then he does eventually when he gets told that. And then he actually also has a brother that is also dead, but he's not a spirit of hell or heaven. He's just a spirit himself. There's a lot of weird lore tidbits. I'm gonna get too into it. I'm gonna explain more about Amo. I guess I can't do that without explaining his brother. So Amo's brother is this guy that was made by my brother, and that character's name is Drag. And Drag is basically this guy with a rope around his neck. That's basically it. He's very simple. And then my brother slowly started to improve him as well as Amo became improved. And obviously he's just in the comics we didn't draw him as a spirit until Amo's big revelation when he figures out what he truly is, which I will explain in a moment. But basically Drag is not a spirit of hell or heaven because he is a special spirit on 3 called a Shothian, and Shothians are like this. They're not of higher being than angels or devils, but they're this in between, not purgatory, but they're this in between where they are. Gosh, these ads are actually gonna be abhorrent. But yeah, they are these beings that they don't control a whole lot, but they are responsible for stopping main calamities on 3. So they are like kind of protectors, but not protectors in the best ways imaginable. So um, they do protect, but they also do their own thing. So, because obviously Drag, Amo's brother, has a rope around his neck, which is why his name is Drag, because he can drag himself around with the rope. And obviously he died too. Well, you know what. So Amo's main lore back then was he was with his brother, and he lived with his, I think it was just his mom, but then his mom started showing too much love to Drag. Amo got mad because he was an angsty teenager. He killed his mom, and then Amo ran off, and then Drag, and he ended himself because it was too much. Because then he lost his brother and his mom, but Amo wasn't dead yet. He just ran off, and the Amo, I actually forgot how Amo died. Oh yeah, I actually forgot. There was a big reason he died. I actually completely forgot. Oh my gosh, I know I forgot. I had to ask my brother. Shoot. But yeah, Amo. I forgot. Amo died of something after he killed his mother and ran off. But I forgot what it was. So he dies. He goes to hell, and his brother, who his brother and his mom and himself are all Shothians. So when you're a Shothian, you're actually a human, or you're being on Both, so you're a creature. Any creature can be a Shothian, but as long as they're in the bloodline. But they were human. So they didn't know that they were Shothian until they died. That's how Shothians work. You don't know it until you're dead. So when Amo kills his mother, his mom goes to the Shothian realm, and then Amo runs off. Then Drag, Amo's brother, ends himself. He gets turned to a Shothian. But Amo, since the main rule of Shothians, wow, this really is just penis music. Amo, the main rule of Shothians is since they're protectors, if you destroy another protector, you can't become a Shothian. So Amo goes to hell instead, which is why he's a demon instead of a Shothian. But he still has that Shothian mark, the Shothian mark on him, which is this. I have this little sticker that I drew to cover up his genitals, because I like drawing all their full body. But his this is the symbol of a Shothian. It's that. Well, technically, the symbol of the Shothian varies, but it always stays in the same square with lines, so it can look like anything really. But since Amo is a demon, he got a Shothian mark that got altered, which is never seen before by the Shothians. And it's this square with like kind of two horn things going up. So that's Amo's mark. So he technically still has Shothian. He doesn't have Shothian abilities, but he's an exiled Shothian basically. He's like a fallen angel, but a fallen Shothian. But he's also a demon. He's not a Shothian technically. You know, it's all weird. He doesn't actually unlock any of his powers at all. So yeah, but Drag, who is now Shothian, has a higher. He has a lot more power, and so he can manifest himself in the real world as Drag, and Drag becomes. He doesn't have his own business, but he joins one of the corporations, not Doomsday's, but I think it was one of my brother's corporations, the other one. So yeah, and eventually Amo and Drag somehow meet up, and then Drag reveals to Amo who he is. He's his brother, and Amo starts remembering it all. And it's this big moment for Amo, of this kind of despair, and kind of a lot of despair because he can't be a Shothian anymore. And but yeah, that's his fault because he killed his mom out of just pure rage, which is why. Also, another thing I'm gonna explain is, oh my gosh, these ads are actually worse than the music. But my perception of hell is a lot different now that I have a bigger creativity mindset instead of just having, oh, I like you Vivsipop, cute demons or whatever. My perception of hell is way different now. So my perception of hell is obviously it's not biblically accurate because I don't care about the Bible or anything like that. I just like creating my own stuff. But on Both, since it's a whole, or on 3, since it's a whole different planet, obviously the realms are going to be way different. It doesn't have to follow Earth's rules. It's not Earth after all. So, on 3's hell, wow, this is horrible. This music sucks. When you get banished to hell, when you die, you get assigned a sin roll, and depends on how heavy. That depends how weighted your sin was when you committed your crime or did whatever in the past. So if you committed acts of greed the most, you become a greedful demon. And the cool thing I did was make all of these sins have different like appearances, and you get like certain like attachments or horns, or you look, technically all demons look different on hell, but you keep same characteristics based on what your sin is. So for example, wrath. This is Amo's main sin. Wrath demons are typically like very, very hairy, and they have they can have 2 to 4 horns, and they have medium-sized wings, and they're usually pretty muscular as well. So Wrath is like you know what I'm saying. And then let's say Envy. Envy will have many eyes, but they also have like only 2 small horns, and they have small characteristics because they're envious. And they want to be like big, but they can't. So they all have a lot of eyes, but they don't have a lot of anything else. Pride has a lot of stuff, so they have like a lot of horns. They have huge wings, because they're prideful. They want to show off, so they're very like show offy. Sloth, they're also fluffy like Wrath, but they're not as muscular. They can be bigger, or they can be very skinny, and they slump around and all that. They have very small wings as well that don't do anything because they can't fly because they're lazy as hell. Lust, they are typically like sleek and they are patterned. They have no fur whatsoever. They have very thin horns and very small wings, and also they can have big or slender tails. So they're almost always patterned though. But that's just how it works. I didn't mention all the sins. I don't do that for every single one, but that's what I'm trying to get here, is that every demon looks different based on what they look like as a human, but they also look kind of similar based on what your assigned sin is. So I just want to get that very clear. But that's how my assumption of hell is. Yeah, and like the worse sin you commit, the worse you look and all that. So it depends on how much you sin and all that. But you still obviously look like a demon, so you have like you can have like backward legs or anything. It can be random as well, just based inside what you are. But that's like my perception of hell. And then the opposite would be heaven. So virtue, chastity, they all look different as well. So yeah, just I thought it was a cool addition to make it look different. Just finishing up his characteristics here. He's almost done the outline. So I'm pretty much good here. And I'll probably start shading or something. We'll see. But yeah. Let me just do this here. But yeah, what I want to do for the future comics is obviously keep some of the same old comics. Like, I want Amo to still eventually go to war, go through that conflict. I want Amo to still go through his revelation of killing his own mother and being banished from being a Shalvian permanently. So I'll go through that. Just cool moments. So develop him as a character while he's still trying to create a business in the real world. So I think that'll be really, really cool. But this again, the only reason I'm talking so much about this character is because he is my main character. He is what I drew like every day. Just I don't know why. He was just one of my main drawn characters. I drew him as much as my other brother drew Doomsday. So it just goes to show. So more ads. Great. Alright. And then now I want to draw like just little, I guess I could color in his horns as well. But yeah, like I said, this is my like main character. Um, Even though he's not even my most favorite character, by the way. But he is just what I drew most. So he's technically just, I can't like make him not my main character. He just is. Um, Obviously I have better favorite characters like Ozzy Wright, that bird guy I drew. Oh my god, this music is absolutely horrible. Oh, I should not have drawn this hard. Hang on. Just gotta change some bits here. I didn't want to fully draw on his horns because that would have been. Ooh. Alright, there we go. Just make his horns a little bit more broken looking. But yeah, this is the guy I drew the most. I would just put him in a lot of comics that he would interact with Doomsday. He'd interact with other characters. He was just my main guy. As much as I liked him at the time, he's not my most favorite character now. I have a lot of other insanely cool characters that I really want to develop. And I actually have my brother to thank for making some of those characters because some of them are so cool. Like I'll name a couple. One of them is called Stalker. He's this guy without eyes, and he has this really really interesting lore to him about whereas he's not actually like he's not what he is according to the old lore, but it's kind of like a metaphor. It's really really cool. So he's like a being of pure metaphor, and it's actually insane. It looks really cool. He's a really cool character. He's also kind of creepy because his name is Stalker, and, you know. But yeah, I like cool characters that I want to draw definitely in our future videos. They may not have as much like lore as this character does because I just drew this character more. But they definitely are some of the coolest characters I've created. I'll have to go through my own notebooks to see what characters I have again. Because some of them are pretty good. Even just other demon characters I made. Because again, like when I made Hell House, it was a house for all the demons. Like I said, you already know what it's inspired by. But I would create my own like demons. A lot of them would have their own unique things. So just cool stuff. Like I made a Dybbuk box as one of the characters. That was pretty cool. I made like a psychic demon guy who had like a middle eye or an evil eye on top of his head. But the thing about that character is that it's like I forget what it's called. It's just the third eye. He had third eye, and he had like this insane psychic ability. But the feature with him is that he's extremely stupid, so that he's like drooling cross-eyed most of the time, and he can't comprehend people. He's just like this silly character who has like insane psychic abilities, but he can't use them because he's just so stupid. He's also a demon. So that was a really cool character I made. Again, none of these characters had a lot of lore. Some of them did, but not all of them. So yeah, there's a lot of cool characters, I think. A lot of cool demon characters. But also 9 characters that weren't even demons, like Ozzy Wright, the bird guy. I want to slightly draw in his fur here. Wow, this music is freaking awful. I forgot who they said freaking constructed this music, because it's pretty bad. I got another name so I can I don't know. Right, I got basically I want to know who made this Yoshi's Crafted World music so I can write their name in the death note. Pretty much is what I'm trying to say. Cause this is ass. This is pure ass. Oh, but these ads are even worse, dude. Thank you, TikTok. Freaking ads, bro. But yeah, this music sucks. I would rather be listening to something else. But it's my promise. I have to keep my promise. I have to listen to this penis music until I die. Until my ears, until my brain calcifies in my own head. And then my head clunks to the desk because it turned into a rock. But yeah. What was I just on about? But yeah, I had a lot of cool characters I definitely want to draw. I don't want to just draw my main guys. I also want to draw some old nostalgic characters I had, like in the eye popper phase, because some of them had some lore when I was doing comics with my sister. So I think that'll be definitely interesting to draw them. What in the hell is this song, bro? Oh my god, this is actual freaking Pingus music. What is this? What is this called? Nighttime Crafts? This is slop. Bro. Dude, this is actually AIDS. What is this song? Bro. I can't focus. Is it over? What? Why is there like 6 seconds of silence in here, bro? Play the song. Oh my god, this song is so buns, bro. I can't. This is actually like penis music. Were they on methamphetamines when they made this shit, man? Jesus. Just doing some shading on ammo. Oh, that's right. He kind of has like frog-like eyes, like tree frog eyes. So I have to do that. Got to draw his freaking pupils. Bro, this is penis music. This music is so buns. I'm sorry, guys. I can't focus. This music is actually horrible. I mean, there's probably other reasons I can't focus, but I'm not going to get into that. Oh, thank God it's over. That song was horrible. Alright, next song, I guess. That one was horrible. My freaking hands are so full of eraser stuff, or lead. It's gonna smudge the paper to high hell. Make sure how I draw his legs here. They could look very bland. Let's see here. This is so bad, bro. Someone's just whistling in the background. It's not even going to. They're not even doing a good job either, bro. Oh my god. Fuck me, man. Sorry. Alright, I'm just gonna do some shading on his legs. But yeah, I really want to draw some of my other cool characters as well that I mentioned. Because I have a lot of really cool ideas that I want to definitely show. God, this music is so buns. How did Nintendo allow this, bro? Little bro. Alright, there we go. Shading on his legs is relatively done. It looks a lot nicer now. His wings, I guess I can shade those as well. Actually, I want that part to be lighter than the other parts, right? Yes. I might not color in his wings since... I mean, I'll just shade him lightly, I guess. Actually, I do want to color in his wings a little bit. And by color, I mean lead, because we don't use color here, folks. No, we don't. I'm not going da-da-dum to this music, by the way. I'm trying to like make a own melody in my head because it's that bad. Alright. Just making his little wing flanges here, and then I'm gonna draw his a little, like I guess a little comic, because I don't want to make this page completely empty. But I'm just gonna add like a little skit. That's what I want to do with most of my characters. Add a little skit next to them. Something funny, I guess, so that when if someone else comes across this like little page, or if I show them, you know, just something cool. I could also like take a picture of this and trace it for an online art. It's gonna be hard to shade this without like use my pinky or something. Suppose I could just erase it on the edges as well, but gosh. There we go. Just want to really outline his wings here because it's gonna look weird if I don't. But yeah, I don't think these art videos are gonna be too far and few. I do some characters I actually really would love to draw, especially Stalker and some other cool characters. I mean, and I can also go through some of the old notebooks I had to remind myself which ones I actually have as well. Alright, his other wing. Just have to lock in for these moments. Dum, dum, dum. Oh yeah, that's right. I need a little protective piece of paper whenever I draw, because otherwise my thumb will, or my hand was gonna smudge the paper. This is the tried and true method of drawing with a lead pencil for your entire artwork. There we go. I can't believe I get an ad for every single penis music I have to listen to. Give me a break. I have to do this shit already. I have to go through the suffering to listen to Loshi's Crafted World. Bro. Slop. I like how they kept the same theme in every goddamn level, bro. It's so unique. It's like, oh, let's use this main theme, and let's just do that for every level. Oh, thank you. Gosh. I'm shaking my head right now. Not to the song, but shaking my head of how, I mean, technically it's to the song, but of how bad it is now. Because this is a banger. God, this buns. There we go. His wings are done. And that is, I think he's almost actually fully done. Alright, well, ammo is fully done. Obviously, I have, I have that sticker covering his areas, but that is ammo. Which really wish I had better lighting on him. Well, maybe I do, but nah. I don't have like a flashlight or anything. I have my phone flashlight. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't been doing that. Oh, that you can't see that at all. What am I doing? And we get good position here. There you go. Now you can see him. There's ammo for Amogaro. Take a good long look at him. There we go. Penis music commences. Oh. Shift around my chair a bit. Alright. Lock in. I'm just gonna draw the skit now and hopefully I remember all the text here. There we go. Let me erase this full page here. Actually draw the little bits. It's such a disappointment too because Yoshi's Woolly World is a straight bangers across the board, and then you have this atrocity. Also have tropical trail mix I'm not even eating. I should probably do that. Yummy. All right. I'm so locked in. I kind of want to simplify the way he looks just in these little skits so I don't have to completely draw him. So I'm going to keep a little bit of his old form while still keeping his new form. Alright, guys? There we go. It's very simple artwork. Okay, this song is not bad somehow. And they ruined it. 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 Penis music. They ruined it. Oh, they ruined it. Why? Why must I suffer like this? Why can't I just listen to the Binding of Isaac? Help! Somebody help me! So bad, bro. It's actually dog shit. I must stay focused. We must stay focused. Trying to draw this skit here, and I have to draw ammo 3 times. And this music is making me want to drive something into my head. I think my brain is trying to compensate for this music. It's like, oh, it's good. That's how bad it is. It's like, oh, it's so good. It's so bad. I'm trying to make a beat out of it in my head. And my brain is trying and failing. Anyways, enough about the music. Let's talk about something else. Because I have more stuff to talk about as well. Maybe. I don't know. Changing his face here a little bit. It's hard to draw a character face that small. But I have to lock in because this is how we did comics. Well, obviously this is not exactly how we did comics, but this is how we would draw characters. Oh, it's actually kind of hard to draw this small. My gosh. Keep bridging. Bridging is horrible when you're drawing. It's like the worst thing you can have. Nah. That's good enough, I suppose. There we go. That's good. There we go. I'm actually drawing Doomsday right now, which is kind of forbidden. This is Gavin's character, not mine. But oh well. I have to do it for the skit. There we go. First bit of skit done. My fingers are doing another smudging thing again. That's just great. This is the beauty of drawing, when you get to smudge everything you draw with a pencil, that is. I need to pull up some old reference for this. Actually, I could just draw my own. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Sorry for not talking as much. I'm way too locked in. I'm also listening to this dog crap. Alright. Is that like a good expression for Doomsday? I think I got one on lock. The thing with Doomsday or Gavin's character is that he was always very goofy and brain rotted, but so that was even though he's like a big corporation, the actual owner was just this bald guy that was a complete dickhead, basically. So yeah. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I want to do more with ammo instead of just placing them randomly in our world. I want to do some cool ways if we ever get to making comics ever, which hopefully we will. Like, this song isn't bad. Why couldn't they make all the songs like this? Final fights and last hurrahs. That one's a banger. And then they made all the other ones like actually just penis music, man. It's horrible. Gotta lock in for the text here. Fixing this out. Hang on. Sorry, I'm so locked in. My handwriting is becoming horrible because it's such a small space to write on. Gotta make this actually make sense here. There we go. Drawing the last bit of the skit here, so I might still be locked in for a second. There we go. Oops, that's not right whatsoever. There we go. There we go. Yeah, this OST is it's very bad. Don't know what the heck they were doing with this, but not good. There we go. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. And yes, Ammo right here in the last bit of this skit is using his brimstone to fire a death laser at Doomsday here. So there is obviously going to be some inspiration from Isaac and other things when I create some characters. So just a fair warning. But some of them are not going to be big inspirations as other stuff that already exists. I don't want to be like too inspired where I do the dumbass thing where it's like, this is my OC and Smiling Friends or whatever the fuck. Never. I would not want to do that crap. No hate, but that's not what I'm aiming for with my characters. I might want to make my own characters in my own world with some little changes based on what they are. Like Ammo find his brimstone laser because I love brimstone lasers. They're awesome. Is the OC over? No, it's YouTube asking me for a break. Wait, is the OC actually over? Oh my god, it's over. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. That's so nice. I'm gonna play the Mario and Luigi Sweet Talk. Oh, that's so much better, dude. That's actually so much better. Gosh. I'd rather listen to this until I die than ever listen to that OST ever again. Let me change this a little bit so I can actually draw Doomsday within range. Yeah, this is so much more calming than Peanuts music. Yeah, I gotta do some big time erasing here. Can't figure out how to make this here, but I think I know what to do. Ah, yeah, I know what to do. Just gotta do some big time erasing. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to do. There we go. Locked and loaded. I don't even know what that means, to be honest. Here we go. Yeah, this music is so much better. Alrighty. I mean, if there's any people who ever like see this who have calm OST suggestions, let me know. Cause obviously there's like lo-fi stuff, but I don't want anything mainstream. I just want some cool and cozy I can listen to. Because not a lot of people turn to Have a Sweet Talk from Bowser's Inside Story to choose as a cozy song, but I do, and it's very nice. So I just want to know what other cool OSTs would be a thing, you know? And maybe it would be nice to listen to them while I do more art videos. I think that'll be cool. Always taking suggestions here, or just any comments whatsoever. And I was also going to think of trying to expand my Isaac YouTube stuff a little bit more. So if I ever get my Isaac stuff to go pretty good, I might just make a second channel, put all my art stuff on there. Because I really love making the Isaac videos a lot. I like making these videos too, but if the Isaac stuff does perform better, I would like to experiment more with that. Maybe get popular enough to be happy to make it in the Isaac community, you know? Also, yeah, Brimstone might be a complete ripoff from Isaac, but I love Isaac, so. And it'd be cool to integrate it with the thing I was talking about where, like certain demons have certain abilities. So only Wrath would have Brimstone, so that's their special abilities and all that. I guess I could cover color in ammo a little bit here, just so it looks a little bit nicer. And then I will basically be done with all of ammo. And that would have been awesome. But yeah, I really did enjoy drawing this character. I've said that this is my main character a lot of times. And again, he's not my favorite character, but he's my main character. So I would like to do something kind of cool and important with him in the future. Even if he's just like another... Even if people think he's just like a demon OC or whatever. Which, fair enough, I guess. But no, I would like to do a lot more with him. Yeah, pretty much. There we go. All finished. Just gotta erase my hands because they're so smudged with lead. You really gotta be careful when you are writing on paper. You can smudge it very easily. It can become pretty disastrous. But I'm making my phone flashlight down. That is ammo fully done. Obviously, I have them censored and all that, so I can't fully finish them, but you know how it is here. Let me just get it right proper here. There, that's good lighting. There is ammo. Feel free to screenshot, you know what they say. Actually, it'd be cool if I hold it up like this as well, so I can really get the full thing here. There we go. Feel free to screenshot. Just kidding. There's ammo. In the flesh, or the fur, as one would say. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed making him as a whole sheet of paper instead of just, you know. I did enjoy drawing him, so that was nice. I just got to color in his bits here. I kind of didn't fully finish even shading him here. Still got some stuff to do. Whoopsies, my bad, guys. He's not done. He is not done. That is a little bit too much shading. Give me a moment to lock in, do some shading here. I always forget the shading process. Shading is the most important part about the drawing process. So always remember, shading. I actually didn't learn how to shade until very late into my drawing. Because I was like, oh man, all these drawings look bland and stuff. And then I was like, ugh, I hate shading, but I'm going to try experimenting with it. And I did. It went pretty well. You just have to figure out, well, if this goes over that, shade it. If this does that, shade it. You know, blah, blah, blah. Shade it. And I learned to do it pretty well. I just do it in the way where I just draw dark lines and I go towards and make it lighter and lighter and lighter until it looks to my liking. You can also do that to make sure that the body looks nice and all that. No! My 11:30 light, bro! Don't do that, you stupid bitch. How dare you? No. Sorry guys, my light automatically turned it off. Stupid. Yikes. Alright. Well, now at least I know what time it is, right guys? But yeah. Anyways, yeah, shading is very, very awesome. It's very, very important to art, I'd say. It makes it pop out a little more and stuff. And that's what you really want, is to make it make it pop. So that people can enjoy it and stuff. There we go. And shading his ears a little. There we go. And his hair, his horns. And then I shall show you the finished product. completely forgot to shade. It's the most important part about it. I completely forgot. Oh well. Technically did shade these parts, I just didn't finish it. Okay. My dumbass. Hello. There we go. I'm just gonna lightly rub the areas where I shaded so it looks a little smoother. There we go. That looks a lot nicer. Now let me get my phone flashlight out. Alright, there is ammo. Tilt that at an angle. Actually, I'll tilt it this way first. There is ammo in the fur. In the flesh. Gotta figure out the light right in here. I think I just have to hold it like so. There we go. And bring it closer. And there. There's ammo. And then we tilt it sideways. I feel like this is what I'll do for all my art videos until it becomes the norm. It's hard to do this angle it on OBS. There. There's ammo. Trying to stay completely still. Ah, there we go. It's a little mini workout doing that. Yikes. Whew. There's ammo. All complete. And that's what I want to do with all my characters, is make a fully fleshed art piece with them. Or like a little design sheet. So. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching me draw Ammo. Again, he's my main character. Just wanted to do a quick explanation and art video and finish drawing him up. And yeah, I think the next character I'm going to draw is Stalker. So that's what I mentioned. He doesn't have a lot of lore, but he's confusing. He's very, very confusing. Even I don't know his full lore. So I want to try to develop that as I go. But he definitely is a really cool character. So I think I'll draw him. He's kind of easy to draw too. So yeah, that's what I'm going to draw. Thank you guys for watching this video. You know, do your basic bits if you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe maybe. Do what the hell you want. I'll see you in my next Isaac video. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for my Isaac video. We'll figure it out. Maybe, because I tried to do Tainted Lost, and that went horribly. So yeah, I'll figure out something for the Isaac video. We'll see. Maybe do a challenge. I don't know. Last time I did a challenge was with Vazel, and that was Torment. That's because I'm stupid. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.